Now that we have connected our USB webcam and our Raspberry Pi has booted up, the first software we will be working with is called Motion. And Motion allows you to quickly and painlessly set up a webcam server. So I'm going to walk you through how to install Motion and configure it to set up a webcam server. Let's go ahead and open up a terminal. And now we're going to type in here sudo apt get install motion. So we're using the apt package system, and it's going to go out and get the packages and dependencies for us. When you get a prompt, you type in Y and hit enter, and now we are retrieving the packages for the Motion software. And this is a webcam server that we can quickly set up. So let's give this a minute to run, and once it has completed, we need to do some configuration of a few files before we get it up and running. So now that it's complete, the first thing that we should do is check to see if the webcam that we've connected to our USB socket is showing up. So we can type in ls USB, and what you'll notice on here, in my particular case, I'm using the C920 webcam, so you should see the webcam showing up here in the list of USB devices that are connected. And depending on whatever type of webcam you're using, you should see that brand showing up in the list there or something similar. So that's just a quick verification to ensure that at least the system is seeing the webcam connected to your USB slot. So the first thing that we need to do is we have to edit the motion.conf file, and I will put a series of instructions as a resource for the video, and that way you can copy and paste the commands. So you could feel free to just follow along, or you can type the commands with me as I go. So we're going to do a sudo nano and slash etc slash motion slash motion.conf. Okay, and that's editing the motion.conf file. And the first configuration change is we want to change the daemon from off to on. Now in Nano, how we can search or find, it's not very intuitive. Actually, instead of, we would typically be familiar with Control F to find something in a file. In Nano, it's Control W, whereas. So if you type in Control W, you'll get a search prompt showing up, and we want to type in the word daemon, and we can go ahead and hit enter, and there we would have located that configuration. So what we want to do is change this from off to on. The other change that we need to make is we need to change the stream localhost from on to off. So we can hit the Control W again, and we can type in stream localhost, and that would get us directly to where that setting is in our configuration file, and we want to change this from on to off. The last setting we need to change in this file is the web control localhost, and we want to change that to off. So then if we do a Control W, and we're searching for this time web control underscore localhost, and it takes us to that setting, and we're going to just change this from on to off. So those are the three changes we need to make in this file. When we're done, we can hit Control X to exit. It would ask us to save the modified buffer. So I'm just going to type in Y, and again it gives you the confirmation to write the changes to the file, motion.conf, and just hit enter, and we would have saved our changes. So that was the first file that we needed to change. Next up, we need to edit the motion file. So we're going to do a sudo nano /etc/default/motion. Okay, and we need to just change one setting in here. The start motion daemon equal no, we want to change that to yes. So just make that change in the file here, change this to yes, and when we're done, we hit Control X, Y to save, and that would save that change. So now that those two configuration changes have been made, the only thing we need to do is start up our motion service. So to start up the motion service, we do sudo service motion start. Okay, and that would start our service up. And before we bring it up, I just want to show you how to shut it down. So it's very intuitive. Obviously, sudo service motion start is going to start it up, and sudo service motion stop is going to stop that motion service. So I'll go ahead and start it back up. And now that our service is running, we should be able to hit our webcam server in a browser. So I'm just going to open up a Chromium tab here. And now we can proceed to test out our web server.